Good morning, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful day in Asha. And can you feel the change that has taken place, that shift that has happened? And I've been describing it as smooth peace. That's just how I'm seeing the world. The world looks different. The world feels different. There's such a beautiful hope right now. And I want to explain to you one of the shifts that have taken place. And I'm going to be reading, of course, out of Asha, but also out of The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And he said this so beautifully. Listen to this. It says, "The time must come when we shall have left the apparent evil behind, when it shall be rolled up like a scroll and numbered with the things which were once thought to be." Oh, how beautifully that is written. The time must come. And my friends, the time is here now. That's part of this shift. And that's why we're feeling this peace, because the apparent evil, it wasn't real. It wasn't substance. It wasn't the truth, the real above all real, but evil, the evil spirit, hate and fear and greed. It was just apparent, but it wasn't real. And the time has come for it to be rolled up like a scroll and numbered with the things that were once thought to be, my friends, but it never was. God good was and is and shall be, but the evil spirit never was. It was just illusion, smoke and mirrors, created from a wrong thought, a wrong idea, a wrong belief, but it wasn't real. And all this, get this, my friends, stay with me, guys. I know sometimes I go down these different rabbit trails, but I promise you, this message is going to open up your mind to new ideas, and then those new ideas are going to open you up to a new reality. And it all takes place inside of you. And I wrote this down from Rumi. He said, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek for all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." My friends, in our own hearts and minds, people have built up walls and barriers that have kept the truth and the light and the love and the peace and the perfect idea of the perfect creator out of their experience, because they got these barriers. But in truth, all there is God good. What else could a perfect creator make but a perfect you and a perfect world? And all we have to do is allow ourselves to come back into resonance with that world. And we do that all inside of us with a change of heart. It's about soft hearts, my friends, and hard hearts. You got to soften your heart. You have to let down the walls and the barriers and let love be. Because in truth, that's all there is. Turn to Asha 2 real quick. Does everybody have Asha? Asha by Winston Head, available at Amazon. It's the 2,600-year-old Magi text. And my God, everything you could ever need is in this. Asha 2 says, "To know only good." Don't know good and evil. Don't be intimate with good and evil. Don't think good and evil. Don't speak good and evil. Don't do good and evil things. Know only good. Think only good. Speak only good. Do only good. Good God things, my friends. It says, "Perceive and understand only the good, and your experience will be the same." My friends, what we know, what we're intimate with, what we vibrate, we create. And that's why when we can go back to knowing only God good and seeing only God good and life and truth, that real above all real, and not having an enemy, not having evil. And now, my friends, I know many of you, the first thing that pops into your mind is, well, what about the evil that we see out in the outside world? Look back in history. What about Hitler and the millions of Jewish people that were killed? You're thinking, isn't that evil? That couldn't be the perfect God good idea. And my friends, I'm telling you, it just comes from a wrong idea, wrong beliefs. You can create your own atmosphere. I've done it myself, where I live in peace and joy. And you know, sometimes it's as easy as just turning off the news to come back into heaven on earth. My friends, where I live here in the mountains, I have peace, I have joy, and I actually have to go into my living room, turn on a little box that we call a television set to allow evil and discord into my atmosphere. I've created heaven on earth in my world, and we do that first individually, and then we do that collectively. You can live in divine life and peace and joy and kindness and goodness and godness. It's a choice, my friends. And that's why Asha 12 is so important. Please switch over to Asha 12. You're going to get this. It says, there's nothing for me outside. My friends, quit going outside to try to find your God good. Go inside, because inside of us, God put a divine spark. And that divine spark is God himself. And you realize that you come from God good. You're actually made of God good. In God good we live and move. That's truth, the real above all real. I love Asha 12. You know this is one of my favorites. It says, I've spent too long looking outside of myself, looking for meaning, purpose, affirmation, approval, love, truth, happiness in God, just to find myself ever searching. My friends, haven't you gone to all the churches, read all the books, gone to their schools and their learning facilities, and you still can't find meaning and purpose and God and approval and love? Well, you got to go inside. And so what do? It says we quiet all the many thoughts and ideas and stories, and I go inside, and there I see the original word. I see Seoshant, I see Jesus, I see the Savior, that good spirit, God good, has built inside of me. Everything that we interact with, my friends, it comes from inside of us. When you find God good, love, truth, Jesus the Savior, it happens inside of you, not outside of you. And so that's why it's so important that we go within to that heart of hearts, to that fervacity, that divine spark that is one with God good. And we remove the barriers, like Rumi said, that's keeping us from God good. Because in truth, all there is God good. And we're going to touch on the duality, so stay with me. It says, I realize there is no separation from my good, my God. When you go inside, the first realization you have, you're not separated from God good. You are actually one. You are God good. You are love, peace, joy, and kindness, because you come from the perfect Creator's perfect idea. Asha, the real above all real, the highest truth. And what else could a perfect Creator have but a perfect idea of you and this world? So the first realization you have when you go inside, not going to a church or a temple or a book or a man or governments or societies, but you go inside. You let all those other stories and ideas go, and you seek God good in your heart of hearts, my friends. The first realization is that you're not separated from God good, not separated from love, from protection, from provision. You are that. And it says, we are one, and all the truth and happiness I was looking for, it is here now. I am that. My friends, that's what you are. You are the perfect Creator's perfect idea. So, duality, my friends. Zoroastrianism teaches a duality, right? It was a learning. It was so we would have an understanding that we would know that God doesn't send evil. And I'll tell you why that's so important, because the matrix religions teach that God sends good and evil, that he loves and hates, that he's at peace and war. You read all the ancient texts of the world religions, my friends, that's what they teach. But that is not true. And that's the beauty of Zoroastrianism, the original monotheistic religion. It taught them completely separate, that there's an all good God and then there's an evil spirit. There's love, and then there's hate, fear, and greed. But my friends, when you take it even further, once you've made that separation and you're vibrating different, and you've come into resonance with the all good God, you make a discovery that evil spirit, that lie and illusion, that hate, that fear, that greed, that war, all those evil things, they're not even real. They're just what happens when you're not in alignment with the all-good God, when you're not holding the vibration of all-good God. Jesus said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he who holds my original word has God life." My friends, and when you have God life, there's no more evil spirit. There's no more hate, fear, and greed. And that's what we're experiencing right now in this new age, my friend. And now we're planting new energetic seeds. We're holding a higher vibration and we're creating a higher existence and reality. We're holding a vibration where there's only God good. And there's no more evil spirit. There's no more demons. There's no more hate and fear and greed and sin, sickness and death and hell. And we're not holding those perceptions and ideas and vibrations, and we're no longer creating that in our world. And it starts as an individual. Every man and woman for themselves must create this atmosphere and this truth in their life. And then we share it, my friends, and it spreads like the fire of truth, and we build our community, and it spreads throughout the earth, and pretty soon it is just what is in our collective conscious, my friend. In the mind, in that universal mind, we hold only God good and love and peace and joy and goodwill towards man, and we create that. And so our job right now, our purpose right now is in every situation we walk into, we implant our light, our truth, our love. No matter what's going on in the outer world, my friends, we're going to plant our light into it. We're going to transmute everything. That was our last message. We're going to bring our light, truth, and life into every situation, into every person we meet. And we're going to transmute the situation. We're going to change it back to God good with our love, because love is the most powerful energy in the entire universe. And in truth, it's all that is, because in God we live, move, and have our being. We're made of God. We live in God, and God lives in us. And my friends, that's what we're going to keep creating. And a beautiful evolution is going to take place. It's going to get better and better and more beautiful and more love. And my friends, we're actually creating a new generation, a new generation, because with these higher vibrations we're holding, we're going to pass that to our children and to our grandchildren and their children. And that new genes, that new DNA, it's not going to have an evil spirit. It's not going to have hate, fear, and greed. And my friends, it's going to be heaven on earth, because that's the real above all real. What else could a perfect creator have made? And now we're in resonance for that, and we're stepping into that, and we're experiencing that. And it's so beautiful, and it's so simple, and I'm so glad to be sharing this time with you. I love you guys so much. Do me a favor today. Share this message of love and truth with at least one person. It's not hard to do. You can just share the video. You can share the book Asha. And my friends, it's changing hearts and minds. It's softening hearts, and it's showing people the world the way it's meant to be, and it resonates with that divine spark inside of them. Asha by Winston Head. Do me a favor. Leave a review. Go to Amazon and leave a review of how this book has changed your life, because I say it all the time. I've never bought a book without reading the reviews. And so people are going to read those, and you might be the factor of whether they order this book or not. And then you've had an actual role to play in spreading the message of the Magi. And my friends, this is the time of the Magi. We've returned to bring back the highest truth, and you are a part of it. You are the Magi. The Magi are plural for the Magus, for the Zoroastrian priest, and you are one of us. And so let's be about our work, my friends. I love you so much, and we'll see you next time.